Hello, this video is called Legalese. Legalese is the language of contracts. Legalese is spoken to you when a police officer pulls you over to write you a ticket. Legalese is also in the form of the ticket itself. It's a written form of legalese, so it's spoken and it's written. What legalese is again, it's the language of contracts. Why is it the language of contracts? Well, when Moses split the Red Sea, he freed the Israelites from slavery and bondage permanently through his covenant with God. What happened after that is the Egyptians were removed and they were replaced throughout the land in different provinces throughout the world. This is in the Torah, it tells you about this. So they were reestablished, the Egyptians. And in the book of Esdras tells us that this is the land of tolls and contracts now. So when a police officer comes up to you speaking legalese, or like Jordan Maxwell does the best example of this. He says, he speaks about the word understand. He says, understand. Now, when you hear understand, you think, well, you do comprehend. But in legalese, it's different. Understand means do you stand under? So a police officer says, you are being charged with theft and you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand your rights? When you say, yes, I understand, you're thinking comprehend, but you're actually saying, yes, I admit guilt for theft. It's crazy, I know. But legalese is what's called a spiritual language. It's only obtained fully to full understanding through ritual. When you look in the legalese is wrote out in what's called Black's Law Dictionary. And if you look at the different versions of Black's Law Dictionary, they read very similar to the Bible, different versions of the Bible. And like I said in other videos, if you take one scripture and take it to another scripture, the same scripture in another Bible, you'll get paragraphs. And that's what happens with the Black's Law Dictionary because they're the same type of books. They're both holy books. When you go into a courtroom, it's an act of holy war. When a police officer pulls you over and goes to write you a ticket, it's an act of holy war. Why? Because they want to attach it to your Sesta QV trust. What is your Sesta QV trust? Your Sesta QV trust is what our enemy did to us in 1933. The value of a dollar is not based on gold. When you look at a dollar and you look at a check, you'll notice the same exact things. You'll see a routing number, you'll see an account number. So when you give somebody a check and they give you cash, they're giving you checks back. Well, what's that checks for? It is for our future slavery and punishment because when we go through and we're in commerce, and when they take from us, when we agree to anything that we sign our name on, each time that goes against God's treasury, and that's our inheritance in the kingdom of heaven. As crazy as it sounds, that's the way that it works. And I'm going to go into fine detail and teach you, each and every one of you that want to learn, everything that you need to know about this. The first time that I spoke about this in a courtroom, I was terrified. And I'll explain about that, but it's the truth, folks. God bless you.